I don't remember the first time I hit the drums, but my mother says it was at 2 years old, using cooking pots and empty buckets in the kitchen while she prepared dinner. All I know is drumming made me feel alive. While other children babbled cartoons, I mimicked rhythms I heard from church speakers, street carnivals, car horns, and even the hum of generators at night. Growing up in our beautiful 2-story home with red brick walls, white Venetian blinds, and a cherry mango tree in front, you'd think life was smooth. And in many ways, it was. My father was an academic genius, respected in university circles, often invited to lecture conferences across Nigeria. Strict, stoic, focused, he moved like a man who had life figured out. My mother, a soft-spoken woman, graceful in her tailored Ankara dresses, always clutching her brown tote and aligning herself with whatever vision Dad painted. And Daniel, my younger brother, the golden boy. He typed his first lines of code at 9, built his own game at 11, published an app by 14. Everyone loved Daniel. For me, by the age of 10, I was already the unofficial church drummer. My legs barely reached the bass pedal, but when I played, the whole auditorium danced. They didn't see a boy, they saw fire. I lived for those Sundays. Then came one fateful Saturday. The church auditorium was empty, except for me and the pearl drums. Sunlight streamed in from the glass windows, bouncing off the polished toms. I was playing along to a worship CD, just me and the beat, when I felt a presence. A tall man stood at the back, wearing a fitted blazer and neat trousers. He wasn't clapping, he wasn't moving, he was just watching, but not like a fan, like someone studying something rare. When I paused for breath, he began walking toward me, slowly, like someone approaching a moment too fragile to break. He pulled out his phone and quietly started recording as I resumed. Then he knelt beside the drums, leaned in, and whispered, "You're gifted, young man. Never stop playing." He patted my shoulder, stood up, and walked out just as quietly as he came. No name, no contact, just a moment and a memory. That whisper lit a fire in me that even years of rejection couldn't put out. But then everything changed. My father had been eyeing a big promotion. He met all the requirements: tenure, experience, results. But when the letter arrived, I'll never forget the way he sat staring at the page like it had betrayed him. It read, "Preference given to candidates with digital certifications and technical proficiencies." Something in him snapped. He folded the paper, stood up, and said, "None of my sons will be left behind again. Both of you will study computer engineering. The world belongs to tech." That was the beginning of my nightmare. I tried. I honestly did. I abandoned my drumsticks and picked up Python, Java, MATLAB, but nothing made sense. I kept failing. 1 carryover, 2, 3. By my 4th year, the department advised me to withdraw. Meanwhile, Daniel was winning hackathons, interning at startups, launching products. Dad was glowing. Me? I was fading. Dad stopped paying my fees, said he'd rather burn the money than sponsor a disgrace. My mother changed too. She used to clap when I played. Now she just sighed and adjusted her wig. I nearly joined some street boys who offered quick gigs and promised fast respect. But something inside me knew that wasn't the beat I was born to follow. Then it happened. 12 years later, that same man from church walked into my mother's law firm, where she worked as a secretary. He paused at a framed photo on her table. He asked, "Is that your son?" She nodded. The next day, she told me to dress up and follow her. I didn't want to go. My sneakers had holes, my jeans were faded, but I went. When I walked into the office, I remembered the face from 12 years ago, the whispers that encouraged me. He stood. "You've grown. I believe you've gone far with your drumming." I broke down and told him everything. How my father called me useless, destroyed the drum set he gifted me, stopped paying my fees, pushed me into tech. How tech felt like prison. How I was advised to withdraw from school. How I almost joined a bad gang just to survive. Mr. Steven, yes, I eventually got his name, didn't just listen. He believed. He offered me a full scholarship to a prestigious music conservatory in Lagos. He got me proper gear. He plugged me into his creative network. And eventually, I performed on national television at a talent show his foundation sponsored. That's how everything changed. Today, I'm a professional drummer. I run a drum academy, and I'm building a studio where young artists can grow, no matter their background. My father, the first time he saw me play on live TV, he cried. He came to my room the next morning and said, "I'm proud of you, son." We hugged and healed. Daniel and I, we're cool now. He's still the tech genius. He even helped me design the digital mixing system in my studio. So here's what I've learned. Tech is great. The world is digital. But don't kill your child's spirit in the name of preparing them for the future. Not every child is a coder. Some are born to drum. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this one.